Good afternoon and welcome to Leeds Hacks News. I'm Flynn Connolly.
And I'm Daisy Short. Here are today's headlines.
We investigate the decline in high street demand as a local fine wine and cheese shop closes down.
And Leeds locals take to the Christmas market in the Millennium Square despite recent wild weather.
But first, a Leeds backpacker shares how she feels as if she has escaped death in Laos.
This is after the hostel she had booked took the lives of 6 people to methanol poisoning. Abby Johnson reports.
Laos is a popular travel destination in Southeast Asia with its loud nightlife. But last week, 6 people died from methanol poisoning.
I was travelling in Laos and I was in a place called the Wang Prabang, and it wasn't until I was on my way to Nana's backpackers hostel that a girl sat next to me on the train and she was like, "Where are you going?" And I said Nana's backpackers, and she was like, "You can't go there." The whole situation is just absolutely terrifying. I literally feel like I've escaped death. Like, if I hadn't have extended that previous place, it could have very well been me. And I do have the free shots and I would have been there that night.
The backpacking destination has taken 6 victims at a party hostel, with 1 being British. Simone White, a 28-year-old lawyer from London, became the 5th victim in the mass methanol poisoning.
But the breakdown products of methanol is not acetic acid like in ethanol, it's formic acid, which is far more dangerous than acetic acid. And it's that buildup of formic acid which ultimately poisons really important cellular components such as mitochondria.
Health and safety in Southeast Asia can be unpredictable, with ethanol often sold as a substitute for alcohol. Libby Essex, a 20-year-old traveller from Leeds, got rushed into hospital.
Nobody keeps trying to make it be sick, but there's nothing to be sick.
Me and the girl I went out there with, we planned on partying like pretty much the whole time, but we only actually ended up doing this on about 3 occasions because every time we drank it just made us feel so ill. I actually ended up in hospital in critical condition for like a full night. I'd just been like throwing up constantly. I couldn't even keep any water down.
Since the incident, police have now advised travellers to only drink from sealed cans or bottles.
Shocking statistics have revealed that a woman is killed every 3 days by men. It comes as the White Ribbon campaign has been launched to raise awareness of domestic abuse.
It's a campaign that is being backed here in Leeds. A few moments ago, we spoke to our reporter Kate Page, who was stood in front of the ribbon sculpture in Leeds. I started by asking her what is White Ribbon Day and why is it so important?
White Ribbon is a UK's leading charity for violence against women and girls, and bringing the men into the conversation. And this year, the campaign slogan is "It starts with men," and it's really looking at deep-rooted issues in the masculine traits that contribute to violence against women and girls. It's really important this year, as earlier on, violence against women was declared a national emergency by the Labour government, and every 10 minutes a girl or a woman is killed by a man or a partner or a family member that they know, according to UN Women. We spoke to Liberty O'Brien, whose sister Eleanor was sadly killed by her partner in 2022.
A lot of the men in my sister's life were never really held accountable for their actions. So I think having an environment where men feel comfortable to either take accountability or register the fact that this is an actual issue, it's very important.
And Kate, what's happening in Leeds over the next 16 days?
So this is the start of 16 days of activism for Leeds Council, and they have now been accredited the White Ribbon, so they are officially committed to ending violence against women and girls. We spoke to Jude Roberts, who's the Leeds City Council Safeguarding Manager, and he told us a little bit more what's going on.
White Ribbon is one day in a period of 16 days of what we call 16 days of activism. We've got loads of stuff taking place throughout that time. So I know White Ribbon are offering a series of webinars as well, which are available. But we are doing other things. We're lighting up the buildings in Leeds, which is orange, which is a symbol, obviously, in terms of sort of ending violence towards women and girls.
And finally, Kate, obviously this issue won't end after 16 days. So what can the people of Leeds do to help end violence against women and girls?
It's really important that men and boys of Leeds have that conversation between each other about what harmful traits they've got themselves and how they can put the end to that, and also pulling their own friends and family up on potentially harmful behaviour, which could lead to worse violence against women. Women also need to bring men into the conversation a little bit more, telling them about their experience, telling about the hard things that they face as being a woman in Leeds.
That was Kate Page reporting from Leeds city centre. Next today, and another small business in West Yorkshire is having to close its doors. This one had survived for over 30 years on the high street.
The Chervick Cheese and Wine Shop in Huddersfield says the dying high street is to blame for their closure. Jacob Grattage reports.
For 33 years, this small business has been a staple of Brighouse High Street. But rising costs and low footfall has forced Chervick Cheese and Wine into becoming an online business.
We're jumping before being pushed. The high street, in my opinion, is dying, and I have no intention of being here when it's dead. The main reason is the high street retail in general is dying. You know, everything's online now, and I'm not saying that's a good thing, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's a thing, and it's something we need to be aware of.
According to research from accountancy firm PwC, over 6,000 businesses have shut so far, and Brighouse is no stranger to this trend.
So everybody's struggling to keep going. But I use a lot of the shops, the butcher, keep him going and that, you know.
I use it quite often. It has everything I need.
Yeah, there's one or two shops that have closed down, which have been missed very badly.
However, the council released this statement. They said, "We are committed to ensuring that Brighouse continues to be a great place to live and a busy and thriving town." It's a tough time for high streets across the country. However, £19.1 million is currently being invested in Brighouse as part of the Town Deal Regeneration Programme funded by the UK government. We can only wait and see if more closures can be avoided.
Now, as the Christmas period approaches, shopping is at the forefront of many people's minds.
And with Black Friday in just a few days, many prefer high street chains to sustainable refill shops. Sophia Kenny went to find out why this way of shopping is better for the environment.
Leeds' very own street artist has opened a new Leeds United-inspired pop-up shop in the Merrion Centre. Burley Banksy has combined his love for the football club with his passion for art to create new pieces for the festive season.
I started doing street art in Burley, where I live, hence Burley Banksy, to cover up all the horrible graffiti tagging and stuff, and then I'm a big Leeds United fan, I was happening, so I thought when I was walking down to the stadium one day, I could do a pathway of the electricity.
With Black Friday around the corner and the prospect of Christmas shopping looming ahead, things can get expensive and people are changing the way they spend their money.
The herbs and spices cheaper. A lot of the organic veg is way tastier and it's locally sourced. The way this shop works is that it's non-profit anyway, so the profit that doesn't get made gets put back into the local community.
Shops like Zero Muda offer customers the chance to reduce their carbon footprint.
We don't have to use single-use plastic, so we can reduce the amount of plastic in our households.
These shops are an alternative to regular supermarkets, but are they just a trend?
It can be more expensive. Not always. For example, we've got a really fantastic greengrocer in Headingley, which is actually owned by the community. It's owned by Headingley Development Trust, so they try really hard to keep the prices low. Some people have decided to kind of set a price limit, so they're not kind of going out and consuming massively. Some people are buying more sustainable products. So yeah, it's definitely something to think about Christmas, because there is a lot of kind of overconsumption and people end up taking loads of stuff back to shops.
Despite many refill shops struggling, the Christmas season should leave small businesses hopeful in keeping up with high street competitors.
Leeds United fans are in for a treat this Christmas as the so-called Burley Banksy is back with a pop-up shop in the city centre.
Andy McVeigh is known for his Leeds-inspired street art, and now he's created some special prints for the festive period. Laura Gowan went to find out more.
Leeds' very own street artist has opened a new Leeds United-inspired pop-up shop in the Merrion Centre. Burley Banksy has combined his love for the football club with his passion for art to create new pieces for the festive season.
I started doing street art in Burley, where I live, hence Burley Banksy, to cover up all the horrible graffiti tagging and stuff, and then I'm a big Leeds United fan, I was happening, so I thought when I was walking down to the stadium one day, I could do a pathway of the electricity boxes for kids and stuff like that, a bit of history of Leeds, that kind of thing. So my shop is open now, and it'll be open definitely to the end of December. It might go on longer. We're going to kind of play it by ear after that. Last year I was meant to finish it in December and ended up going on till May.
The Leeds United store has previously collabed with Burley Banksy and loved to see his football-based artwork displayed.
Yeah, so we sell cards, different pieces of artwork and whatnot in the store, but if we don't have something here that suits the customer, we'll refer them to Burley Banksy, known as the local artwork man. So
The pop-up shop will be open across the Christmas period, with Burley Banksy designing new mugs, t-shirts and cards as the perfect gift for a football fan.
It's the most wonderful time of the year at Leeds Christmas Market, with local businesses flocking in from all over to spread the seasonal cheer.
The market is slowly gaining traction despite the adverse weather conditions of the previous week. Joseph Paul reports.
This festive fun will last for a whole month, boasting a wide variety of stalls packed with culture. One stall offered a unique solution to keeping visitors warm in the winter months.
There's myself, which is the Reggae Rum Shack, and my sister, which is Spice Sister. So everything's rum based. We do coffees with Caribbean cream, which is this one. We usually do summer events or festivals, but this year we've brought a seasonal kind of Christmas addition to our drink. So
The market provides an opportunity for small businesses to show off their hard work and allows them to share their products to the people of Leeds exploring the market.
I think the Christmas market is like it's the prime spot in Leeds right now, especially like it being the Christmas season. So any business will obviously benefit.
Despite the harsh weather, people from across the country have piled into the city to celebrate the festivities with their family and friends. Visitors spoke about their opinion on what the market had to offer.
Actually, it's colourful, beautiful, and it's exciting because I would want to try a lot of things out.
So, it's bringing more tourists in and everything else. You go to other cities, and again, they're bringing the tourists in and sort of people from out of town. So, yeah, it's all good for local business.
Really good selection of food and churros and crepes, and it just makes you want to have everything.
The opening of the Millennium Square Market signals the beginning of the festive period, and there is no better way to get into the Christmas spirit.
Well, I might head down and grab myself a mulled wine.
Or 10. Well, that's all we have time for today. I'm Flynn Connolly.
And I'm Daisy Short. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wait.